Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still with you on today's edition of Cairo Local Time. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by Her Excellency, Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. It's a very good afternoon to you, Madam Ambassador.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your time this afternoon. And let me start, Madam Ambassador, by asking you to highlight some of the distinguished ties and relations between Egypt and China on the political and economic front.
Well, as you know, there are economic and political relations between Egypt and China since a very long time, since Nasser's time. And there is a strategic partnership with China since December 2022, when President Xi met with the Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping, and they inaugurated the China-Arab Summit in Saudi Arabia. Also, the partnership between Egypt and China includes many factors that make it very specific because of Egypt's geographical location. So there have been focus on Egypt because of the China initiative for the Belt and the Road, and the keenness of China to strengthen the relations with Egypt, whether it is trade or economic or political relations, because the geographical location in the northeast tip of Africa and crucial gateway to the African continent, and the Suez Canal is the vital roadway and waterway connecting the Mediterranean to the Red Sea, and that makes it a regional hub for the initiative, the Belt and Road Initiative. Also, the large population of Egypt makes it more important for the trade between Egypt and China. It has been always a great opportunity for Egypt and China to upgrade and raise the trade and exchange of economic relations and the strategic partnership between the two countries, especially now that there is a summit in China between Egypt and the Egyptian president and the Chinese president are now meeting in Beijing for a summit, and they will be met by 4 Arab leaders from Bahrain, Tunisia, and United Arab Emirates, and they will discuss the partnership between the 4 Arab countries who are the main players in the Belt and the Road Initiative. So it is a very important country, and we are highlighting the strategic relations between the two countries in this meeting.
Now, Madam Ambassador, of course, President Fattah el-Sisi's visit to China also coincides with the 10th anniversary of raising the ties between the two countries to the level of comprehensive strategic partnership. How important do you see this, and what does it mean to have reached such a level of partnership between the two countries?
Well, China has a lot of investment in Egypt, and it is the 4th largest creditor with outstanding debts amounting to almost $8 billion, representing 5% of Egypt's total external debt. So also it is the biggest investor in the infrastructure and in mega projects in Egypt, and also in the Suez Canal regional cooperation. It has a lot of investments in the Suez Canal region, and also in the cyber warfare, and it has made a lot of investments in green technology and communication technology, and it has our relationship between the relationship between the two countries have grown systematically, and it has grown from, for instance, this, as I said, the Suez Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone, it became a major hub for Chinese products, and the investments, they have maybe 102 Chinese companies, and they are creating a lot of jobs, and maybe $1 billion, $0.2 billion are invested, and over 2.5 billion in sales. So Egypt and China are also investing in maritime industry. That will also increase the number of increase the trade exchange in the Suez Canal, which is very important for the maritime Silk Road. And also, Egypt facilitates the trade between Asia, Africa, and Europe.
Indeed.
With the maritime trade and with the logistics and the infrastructure development that has been created between Egypt and China.
Absolutely. Now, Madam Ambassador, the 10th session of the China-Arab State Cooperation Forum is also due to be held on Thursday, May 30th, like you said. And the Foreign Minister, Sameh Shoukry, in a joint press conference said that Egypt is determined to, be more involved. And the Chinese Foreign Minister affirmed his country's determination to support Egyptian efforts when it comes to development. How do you see these statements? How do you see the attraction of more Chinese investments to the Egyptian market?
Well, as you know, now also there is a lot of focus on industrial and military defense equipment, and Egypt and China are joining in doing industrial technology in the field of defense and in the field of military equipment, including tanks, artillery, warplanes, air defense missiles, and drones, and electronic warfare systems. So the 10th anniversary is going to be a good opportunity to discuss how we can further increase our cooperation, our strategic, economic, and bilateral relations. Also, political is very important because China is always standing with issues of Palestine, the rights of Palestinian people, and the rights of Egypt to have safe borders with its neighbors. So, and also in the Security Council, China has always adopted the position of Egypt and the Arab countries. Whenever there is a conflict between Egypt and Israel, China always supports the issue of free Palestine and supporting the Palestinian people against the aggression of Israelis over Gaza.
Indeed. Also, another, since you brought up the latest situation with the development in Gaza, the Arab-Chinese Forum, which will be held involving the meeting of the Chinese president with a number of Arab leaders, will be discussing the latest developments in the Gaza Strip. And we have seen Chinese support to Palestine and the Palestinians, and they're calling for a ceasefire from right at the very beginning. On the 7th of October. How do you see this meeting between the Chinese leader and the Arab leaders with regards to the developments in the Arab region?
Well, as I said, for China, it is very important to have regional stability, to restore the regional stability, and to achieve to stop the war and to have a peaceful relations with the neighbors of in the Red Sea in order to have the economic prosperity and the trade facilities that they are hoping to do. So it is the prospects for cooperation will be discussed, and also the stability of the region, because as I said, Egypt for China is a very important
country,
player in the region, and it is important that there is stability so that the trade does not stop in the Red Sea.
Indeed. Madam Ambassador, now Egypt and China will also be witnessing the signing of a number of memorandums of understanding and joint cooperation agreements. According to the Minister of International Cooperation, she said that a new economic and technical cooperation is to be signed amongst the implemented projects. Another one also regarding the Egyptian satellite project and the satellite assembly, integration and test center. How do you see, Egypt benefiting from Chinese expertise with regards to these areas?
Well, this is a very important step towards benefiting from the high tech that China has reached, and it is important to take the know-how, to use the know-how of the Chinese companies who are utilizing 5G connections and also conducting businesses regarding computers and mobile phones and all the services that are and the companies and the businesses that are done around these companies. So it is important these memorandum of understanding, MOUs that are going to be signed are going to be one step further towards raising the relations between Egypt and China in the field of technical know-how.
Absolutely right. On that note, I'd like to thank you very, very much, Your Excellency, Madam Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and your insight on today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and we'll be back. Do stay tuned.